Hello, hello. It is Corey with Living Free. I'm coming on here today full of gratitude, full of love. How's everybody doing today? So, yes, I had to take my deep breath. Um, there's a lot going on in my life, and thank God for it. Ashe. I all praise to the Almighty, whatever you believe in. Um, you know, I had a nice conversation with my aunt today. She took me to lunch. I never had a conversation with her, and then she told me that I did something years ago um, that touched her. I contacted her, and um, what I did actually really touched her. And I keep telling you guys, I keep saying this, you have no clue what effect you may have on others. You don't. Um, I didn't realize. I even did what I did. I didn't know it was me. Um, but I do know that back then was a blur. I told her that like that whole thing. I don't really remember. It was just a blur. And so, as I come to you, I do know that there is a lot going on with me and in my life, and I have decided to go on this retreat for Memorial Day weekend while everybody else is enjoying their families. I'm going to be away by myself, which is much needed, much needed. And I am so grateful for this. Oftentimes we don't listen to our needs. Like I have the money to pay for it, and I was sitting there battling, like, am I going to pay? Do I want to? Do I want to do this? Should I? And instead of putting money towards myself, like I'll put money towards everything else, anything else, whether it's $1 billion bill, I'll make sure that $1 billion bill gets paid. I make sure that everything is done. But whenever it comes to taking care of me, that's when, I start asking myself questions. Are you sure you want to do this? But what happens if blah, 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 blah? No, my needs need to be met at this point. My needs need to be met. And that's part of loving you. That's part of taking care of you. That's part of, it's just part of, you know, doing what you deserve, what you're worthy of, and valuing yourself. So if I don't take care of me, I'm telling you, if I don't take care of me, whew, I don't know. I don't know what will happen, because at this point, I know that it is extremely important for me to take care of me. I do everything that I can for everyone else, and it's my turn to be taken care of. So you have to question. You have to ask that to you. I know that. I know that. At work, there were. I was on a call with our EAP team, with someone with EAP, and they do classes for us, and um, asked, like, what do you think is important? And I said, well, people don't know how to take care of themselves. I've asked that question. And they're like, you asked that question. How many people really asked employees, do you take care of yourself? And I said, well, this is an agency where we're taking care of others. So if you're not taking care of yourself, then how do you fully service others? And I said, that's just, to me, a no-brainer. But a lot of people were like kind of amazed that I asked that. But I think that that's a question that needs to be asked. That's something that people need to be able to do, is take care of themselves. I asked that question, and I know one guy told me, that I asked him, I said, so what do you do to take care of yourself? And he went, I said, oh, nothing. Nothing. Okay. I'm like, that's typical, but we all have to take care of ourselves. And however we feel that we need to take a step away, even if it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes standing in the sun, 5 minutes in the bathroom by yourself. Um, just 5 minutes sometimes does wonders. 5 minutes a day meditating. Do a 15-minute yoga. Go to the gym for 10 minutes. Like there's options. You can do things quickly. But what I'm learning is when you don't have a set routine, which is part of taking care of yourself, when you don't have a set routine, things don't work the way that you would like them to. I know that I'm noticing that in my own life. So I'm trying to build a routine of what I'm going to do in the morning and what I'm going to do throughout my day. And not just a routine to say, okay, well, but I have to take care of me. I have to take care of me. I know that I'm never going to be where I'd like to be until I start taking care of me, until I start making me a focus. I've made so many people, and I've focused on so many people, so many things. And even as far as like the distraction of what may be going on, like there's been some things that I've been feeling like I've been going through the spiritual journey, and I've been getting, and I know like some people were like, well, no, my aunt said something today, and I was like, well, I think it's more that some people just don't understand, but I'm gonna say it. Like I've been getting these chills, and I've been getting them for years, and I call them energy chills. I've been getting all this energy in my heart chakra area, and I send love out into the universe. I send love out to specific people, and I say, if this is not mine, if this is not my energy, I give it back to whomever it belongs to. And actually, energy does go away, but I lovingly give it back to that person. I lovingly give it back to those people. I don't look at it in any way negative. I believe that, we are here to love each other, here to be here for each other, to make this a better universe, make this a better world, make this place better for all of us to even out the playing fields, to balance the energies, balance the economy, balance life. And that's one thing that we don't do, is we don't look at anything. We look at it as, I gotta get the money. I gotta get the money. Oh, I don't have time for this. And if we really look at it, time doesn't exist. It just doesn't. I mean, I look at time because I have a call that I'm supposed to be on right now, but I look at time for those reasons. I look at time when I work because I'm like, I am not doing more than my 7.5 hours. But there's, my time is more important to me. Me is more important to me. Whatever I spend with me, whatever I spend with spirit is more important to me than to be at a job, because whatever is meant for me will always come to me. And I trust that. I honestly trust that. I trust that. That's big because I talked about surrender, right? And trust. Because in order to surrender, you have to completely trust. You have to completely trust. And I wake up in the morning, I go to bed at night, and I'm like, I surrender to all that is. I surrender to my soul. I surrender to everything that is supposed to be in my life. I surrender. I just surrender. I give my all unto what is, to all that what is. I can't control anything, and I'm not even trying to. I go to work, like, people ask me questions, and I had a meeting yesterday with somebody, and he was asking me about their their remote, non-remote, their flexible schedule. Asked me what I think about it, and I told him, I said in the interview, it's a great thing. I don't want to change it because I would like to utilize it, but I just got to build a policy around it. I don't know how to do that because I don't. And it's not something that I want to control. That's just not something that I don't want to control any part of it. But, like, he was, like, trying to figure out, because, they were hiring somebody, and the person said, yeah, I want to work from home 4 days a week. He said, so you can, like, misread this, and how would you word it? And I told him, like, maybe some basics. And, so he's working on rewording what it says on the website about a flexible schedule. I'm like, well, I said, according to the remote work paper that we have to sign, they had to sign. It states that upon management approval, right? I know for me, what I do is I'll email and I'll say, I'm not going to be able to make it in today. I'm working from home. And I really do work from home. I really do. I don't believe in, I'm such a stickler for this. And I want to get rid of it from myself. I really do believe that I need to. I'm a stickler for, if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do that. If you commit to something, you need to commit to it. So I committed to a job, and so I got to see it through until the end, and whatever that end is. So, but I tell you, this life is something different. It is something different. And what I am learning is I'm seeing the beauty more and more in others. The beauty in things I noticed that today there was some road rage incident that happened. I just got done telling my aunt this. I'm like, yeah, road rage. And I said, not road rage like I'm going to get out of the car and do anything. I have road rage in the sense of I'll cuss you out from inside my car. I really don't cuss anybody out. I'm more of a, what are you doing? Go! Like that kind of person. But, so, and I'm telling you, I told you this on my last video, how fast things are coming to that are revealed to me. So I say this to her, it's probably like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. At like 7, I'm at the store, and I hear screeching tires, and this guy gets out of his truck, and another guy gets out of his car, and they're arguing. What are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. My first thought is, does somebody have a gun? Because where do I need to be? And, I don't want to be in the middle of it. I don't want to be anywhere near it. There was a car closer to it that was trying to leave the driveway. It gets to be revealed to me that quickly how bad an issue can be, and how far something can be taken if I sit in a space of being upset, or not being patient enough to let somebody go, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? So it's just like, take a step back. Is it really worth the fight? Is that really worth the fight? And as I'm sitting there with her, and she's telling me, she was like, Corey, let that go. You're not road rage. Let it go. And I was like, exactly. I said, I've let a lot of other stuff go, so, why not that? Why not? And I'm becoming one. with me, with God, with the universe, with everybody inside of this universe. I am really becoming one. I never thought that I would be able to feel this and know this. I'm working so hard to allow my soul to let go of all of my ego and allow my soul to take over and allow me to speak from my heart and listen with my heart. Because we are all so damaged. We are all so damaged. And do I really want to use the word damaged? I think we all have challenges that we haven't faced. And I look at just different things and different people in the way people are with themselves, and whether it's a neglectful way or whether it's distracting them from healing, and however they distract. And I noticed within me, I was stressed. I've been stressed. And I've been eating like crazy. I've been eating anything. And my daughter looked at me today and she said, "Mom, what's wrong with you? Are you stressed?" And I was like, I mean, yeah, not, nothing more than I had been. Why? And she was like, "Because you have bumps around your eyes." Really? So, well, I ate dairy today, which I'm allergic to. I said I ate dairy, so could that be it? Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Could dairy be it? I don't know. But what I do know is that we live in this world together. And as we live in this world, are we living it to the best of our ability? Are we living it to love others? Are we living it to love money? Are we living it to gain material items? Are we not? Are we focused on just the material things? Are we focused on having a mate just because we choose them because of what their appearance is? They have a nice body, they have a nice face, they have this. But are we choosing from what's in somebody's soul? Are we choosing them from, or are we living in our soul? Are we living within ourselves enough to want there to be something better and to know that there's something greater out here? Something greater for all of us, I don't know what that greater is. I remember one time, one of my sisters, we used to exchange gifts for Christmas, and she had me, and she said, she gave me this card, and I held on to it until maybe probably about a year ago or 2 years ago, and it said, "You're destined for greatness." And I knew that was a Bible verse, and I knew, I think it comes from Psalms or Proverbs 1 or 2, I think it's Psalms. And I held on to that because somewhere in me knew that I was destined for greatness. I still know that I'm destined for greatness. There's great things coming out of this soul. There's great things. There's so much more to come from me. Although I may get a couple of views on this right now, I don't know if it'll get better here. But there's greatness coming. There's greatness, and everybody's going to see my greatness. And I appreciate you guys, and although you may be few, and that's all you need is few to listen, right? just what I will tell you guys is, just don't be hard on yourself. And people say that, don't be hard on yourself. Seriously, give yourself grace, because your higher power gives you grace every day, every single day. Every day gives you grace, forgives you. So forgive yourself. Gives you mercy. So be merciful. Be patient with you. Don't think that your riches need to come today. Don't think that your love needs to come today. Don't think that everything needs to come today. I know society will make you feel like if it isn't now, then I'm not where I'm supposed to be. You're where you're supposed to be because your higher power says, this is where I want you. I can't talk to you. I can't reach you. If you're here, I can reach you from here. And then we'll get you here. So, just be where you're at right now. Just be. Just be. And I could not understand how to just be. And now I'm understanding what it is to just be. Just be. Just be in the presence of love. Just be in the presence of truth. Just be in the presence. Just be in the presence of the divine. I know this video is a little long. I don't know, people. I have a video playing in front of me. It's, let me tell you, so, I take classes on everything, but, as you know, I'm an herbalist, so I'm taking a class on growing herbs right now. I'm supposed to be. But I'd much rather talk to you, apparently, because I think that that's more important. So I will, when I complete this retreat at the end of the month, and I'll come to you next month, and because June will be here by the time I come back from my retreat. I think I don't know what Memorial Day is. I think this retreat is from the 25th to the 28th or 29th, something like that. So by the time I get back and get myself grounded, and I just expect me to be able to get to where I need to be at that moment. I don't expect anything. So, the separation of self. Somebody said that on YouTube, and they were like, the separation of self. And I didn't understand that. But the separation of self is separation of body, soul, and spirit. But when you become one, that all tends to align. It even includes your ego. But let me tell you about your ego. I know I've mentioned your ego before. Your ego is all those thoughts that you have running through your head, the stories that you're telling yourself. And I'm not going to say that I did just live in my ego not too long ago. But I realized that quickly. And then I more so have been an observer of my thoughts. So I know that there's thoughts that are passing, and I watch them pass, and I watch them go away. I don't hold on to them. I don't make stories out of them. I don't do anything like that because it's not worth it. Like those stories weren't telling me anything. They weren't doing anything for me. Nothing. Not one thing. So stories aren't doing anything for you either, because they tell you a whole lot of untruths, and what you want are truthful information. There's no facts to it. And I have to be grateful and thankful to my friend last week who told me that that he no longer wanted to be friends. So I have to thank him, because if he ever sees this, I appreciate you, because um, the more people walk out of my life means the more I'm doing, the closer that I'm getting to my higher power. So yes, this was a long video. I appreciate you all for watching me and listening. Make sure that you do something for yourself on a daily basis. One thing. Do one thing. Start with one thing for a week. Then increase it to 2. Then keep increasing it until you fill your life with everything that you need, everything that you want, everything that you desire. And just watch everything just start flowing to you the way that it's supposed to. Stop worrying about, oh, look, I don't know how to manifest. I don't. I just know, I know that I'll ask for things and then it's given. I don't know how that all works. You just ask, and I ask for it, and I usually just let it go. And then all of a sudden it comes, and I'm like, oh, I remember that day and it could come in a couple years. It could come in a couple months. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how close you are in alignment to that thing. And it depends on if you're trying to hold on to the I want, I need. That's, I don't know. And I think I said this before, but I'll never forget this video, the interview with 50 Cent and Oprah, when he said, 50 Cent said, I don't pray and worry. He's like, because if I'm going to pray and worry, then what's the point of praying? And at that moment, I was like, I love 50 Cent for that comment right there. I mean, he goes off the charts sometimes. Yes, I do know. But like, he is there, like he knows, he has a lot of insight. So I appreciate that about him. So, don't look at what people do on social media. Some of that stuff is just for show. Some of that's just for publicity. Some of it's real. Some, like, you can't. And I'm not going to judge it, and nor should you. And so what I will say is that I love you all. I love you all. Take care of yourself. And if you're having a hard time, I'm going to tell you, there is this affirmation, and it's called First. I'm going to tell you, I listen to my Chris and T, right? And I believe that it's called First. And it talks about how, I'm going to put myself first. My needs matter. I'm enough. So if you listen to that and listen to it and actually feel it, start feeling it, feel it, and vibe with it, it all starts sinking in to the soul. So this is Corey with Living Free. I'm saying peace and blessings. I know that, as always, I'm always all over the place, and I am at 30 minutes. So you enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace and blessings to you. I love you, and I appreciate you.